Guys, deluded gooner, good morning. You can see it's morning time. My word, I need a haircut. Everybody and their nan is telling me that stuff, and when I see my hair, my word, I do. But yeah, man, a couple of you been asking me to speak about a couple rumours, mainly the Ozil one. So I thought, how do I even put this into words? I just thought, let me scour the internet, see some Arsenal news and things like that, and see what man can bring to the table. Now, I saw a lot of rumours, man. I saw an insight into how incompetent, again, our medical department is, because Isaac Hayden, in the lead up to the Newcastle game, obviously is gone now, but he was speaking about his journey at Arsenal in that. We already knew in that he got injured. Very much, if he didn't get injured, he may have been in Coquelin's place or may have had a first team space if he got a chance. He got injured. The rest is history. Credit to him, he's at Newcastle. But he spoke about his injury problems at Arsenal. And one thing that alarmed me is that there was a segment, I can't remember it like for like, but basically in a nutshell, they couldn't figure out what's wrong. Rather than immediately send man to a specialist or something, they were saying go home and ice it and stuff and you can play on. That's what normally happens when it's swelled. He kept saying, no, there's something. And then eventually it transpired, they sent man to a specialist. It transpired that he had a serious injury and then he was out for a while. And then when you couple in the fact that Santi Cazorla's had infections and setbacks, and I don't even know, if you're an Arsenal fan, they're great, but if you're not a football fan in general, you can insert your own examples of this thing happening. Like I said, I don't know word for word, but I think it was by the Telegraph or something like that. So just type in Isaac Hayden, it should come up on Google, and make of it yourself what you want, man. So yeah, there was a couple. Let's just get to the Ozil ones. Now, I know a lot of you got excited with the Ozil signing a new deal till 2020 rumours. I mean, it was lovely. It would be lovely. A lot of the hysteria was caused by Arsenal saying they got an announcement or something, and then it was a Twitter thread of Twitter thread of Ozil's iconic goals and moments and things, and it led to a lot of speculation, a lot of in the knows and things. Some people have said Ozil's agreed a new deal, some people haven't. He does look somewhat more settled in London than Alexis. There's rumours him and his girlfriend are going to have their wedding. They're going to have their wedding in Switzerland, and then they're going to have one in Istanbul. That's what rich people do, and obviously Heritage wants to have one in Istanbul, but more relevant to that, they allegedly plan on settling in London. Now, that we can't assume that means Arsenal. I mean, there's a club that just won the league title last season in London too. I mean, they started in 2004. I'm pretty sure you know them. Chelsea fans, they allow me. You know I got to bite you guys, man. We ain't got no league titles. So I have to say them things. But he could also go to Chelsea. But he does look like he's setting up shop. It's a well-known. He's got his favourite Turkish restaurant in Golders Green. He likes the city, and Ozil's I'd say a lot of them love England, and more specifically London and the Prem. But I'd say Ozil and Xhaka seem to love London life the best. In that you always see them pop up in the exclusive places, but also tranquil moments. Like you see Xhaka walking along Camden Bridge, that little Camden Bridge, and things like that. If he signs a new deal, great. I mean, you see it. I told you, man, in the video in pre-season, he's going to ball out this year. And the cocoa bread to our patty has essentially done that. Big up Mesut Ozil each and every time, man. Each and every time. The man's truly world-class. One of the best in the Premier League, okay? A lot of hysteria with that. But yeah, man. Love him to sign a new deal. I mean, even a couple of them in the know, well-credited journalists have said he's been offered a new deal, whether it's, I've seen 400,000, I don't believe that, I've seen 300,000 or whatever. It would be lovely if we was to sign Ozil, finally build a side around him, because I believe his time at Arsenal has been a success. On a personal level, he's won 3 FA Cups, he's done his assisting, he's played well in big games, even though some people don't like to admit that. But on the grand scheme of things, we have failed him. He's failed himself at times, but we failed him, because we've signed Alexis and Ozil, 2 of the best players in the world. We haven't kicked on, we ain't built around, we ain't been serious about trying to win a league title. We can go upon several reasons, micro and macro, as to why that hasn't happened, but that's the fact, so let's not get into that. So that's that rumour done, less on that. So we might as well start with the Giroud one. I'm seeing Giroud's agent said our job is not to lock ourselves into something and not to lock doors or some nonsense like that. We know Giroud's not been happy. Wenger started him because of the pressure, in my opinion. We know Giroud, quite rightly so, whether you're a key player or what, you want to play games. He's unhappy. The World Cup's next year. The French national team boss loves him, but I mean, there's the likes of Lacazette, Fekir, Kylian, Martial, if he keeps up his form. I know Coleman's not a striker, but either way, you get Griezmann. There's only so many attacking options you can take in it. So as much as being loved, you've got to play football, and they've been pressuring him to play. Now, we know Giroud had the offer of leaving in the summer. He had allegedly Everton, whether it was due to his wife talking him out of it or himself saying it's not prestigious enough. He didn't go. He turned down a return to France. There was also Dortmund rumours. Allegedly, he was open to that. Can you blame him? That's a better club than, no disrespect to Everton, etc. They're doing all right with Big Sam now, but I'd rather go to Dortmund than Everton. He'd play games at Everton, and I do think Giroud's very underrated, man. He's been a very good signing for us. The problem has been he's just never been that world-class or that bracket striker, and Wenger's hung him out to dry by failing to address them things for seasons. But yeah, he's been a good player. I don't blame him for wanting to play. Me personally, from a selfish point of view, I'd want to keep him, of course, man. Good. Don't get me wrong, we get rid of Giroud, even Theo. We get rid of a lot of our goals. Maybe not this season, so don't hold weight. But as much as I think they need to be moved on, a lot of our goals move out the side with Giroud, you know. And Giroud's a very good option to have off the bench. Of course, he wants to play. For me, that's the role he should have always been playing at this club. So yeah, man. 25 million if he does want to leave at the end of the year. I mean, what can you say? Giroud's definitely, in this day and age, definitely worth 10, 25 million, especially for the likes of Everton and clubs just below us, where he could start day in, day out, game in, game out, essentially. So yeah, Rooney seems to be tapping him up as well, saying he should start for Arsenal week in, week out. I don't know if you're trying to ting in January, but yeah. Finally, Lacazette. Well, more specifically, Peter Cech, he's been talking to a newspaper, and he's admitted that while Lacazette is an intelligent footballer, he's fitted in, he's adapting, he does think the club, or more specifically the players, are failing him a bit. He's obviously got 8 in 18 appearances, only completed 90 minutes twice in fact. So that's very good that he's amongst the top end of the scorers. Now, whether that's to keep him fresh for the whole season and not suffer second half of the season syndrome, cool, that's great, but I'd like him to be playing football. But yeah, man, he said he's adapted to the way we play. I think as a team we need to set more out. We need to get more out of him, because sometimes he makes good movement, but the ball does not always arrive at the right moment. What does that tell you? What I've been saying: play direct. Sometimes he makes lovely movement. The Spurs game, unlucky not to score. Lovely movement. Game before, lovely movement. We need to play a bit more direct. In the same way, at times, it's not really. Again, the example don't hold weight, but you see United clip the ball over the top to Lukaku at times. Play to our man's strengths. Lacazette has shown he'll come deep, he can play football, he's an extremely good footballer. He surprised me in that aspect, how good of a footballer he is. Like, I knew he was a good footballer, but technically he's a good footballer. And I like to see him contribute and get involved in the team play. But same time there, we bought a man to score goals. Feed him the ball. Feed him. That's all it is. And big up Cech for noticing that. And yeah, guys. Oh yeah, finally, Jason Punction. I saw he got bagged. Possession of a weapon and charged with assault now in the early hours of the morning. Now, I don't know the facts, so I'm not going to pass judgment, but all I can say is that's a mad gazy world. Of course, the South London, you know how the folks say with South Londoners, these things happen, and all the bants with that. I don't know the facts, but I can say it's bewildering. All I can say is you're a professional footballer. I don't know if he was attacked. If he was attacked, then it's different. If he was attacked and he's retaliating and he grabbed a weapon, a pole or something, it might not be right, but you have to defend yourself. So again, I don't know the context, but all I can say is that you're a professional footballer. Just take a bit more care in putting yourself in certain environments. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, and lastly, that guy who racially abused Raheem Sterling, suck yourself, man. Like, this racism in 2017 between in society, school kids being not allowed to go to school because they got dreads, between people doing blackface, between this sort of nonsense, between Raheem Sterling going and buying links and it's a problem, between Lukaku driving a Bentley or whatever it was, despite the fact he gets paid a lot of money. People are shocked that he has a lot of money. I've really got no time for racism, man. But guys, DG, I'm out, man. I thought, let me just hit these rumours on the head, man. Just humour you guys. If you want me to talk about rumours on a weekly basis, I will, man. Guys, out.